Warrick Capper is turning 50. Has the wild child grown gracefully into middle age? Let's find out. Welcome, Warrick. What's the answer?
Welcome, Mike. Probably not too gracefully. I still like to get a bit of a touch-up and get my hair done, make sure the skin's smooth, and I'm happy to look about 37. Let's just say, Michael,
Yeah.
that's why they have rubbers on the end of pencils. I've made a few mistakes.
You have, haven't you? And when did you come to the realisation of that?
About 15 years ago.
Did you?
Sometimes I do without thinking. And since I've grown a little bit older, I've got a bit wiser.
Okay.
Well, Warrick Capper sort of wears his heart on his sleeve.
Yeah. Talking about changes in your life and realisations about things, these are some of your interesting roles since your post-football days. Stripper, meter maid, porn star, male escort, comedian, singer, lollipop man.
An all-round movie star.
And an all-round movie star. Now, at which point during that career did you realise that you perhaps weren't doing things as well as you might?
Probably after the video. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but that was unfortunately it was leaked out.
That was a porn video?
Yeah, that was actually leaked out. I was actually the Paris Hilton of Australia at that stage. I thought maybe that's a little bit risque.
But if you did the porn video and you wanted to be the Paris Hilton of Australia, of course it's going to get out. What other purpose would it have?
It was supposed to be a private thing.
Yeah.
But someone got a copy of it and leaked it out.
Is there something in your life, one specific thing that has really caused you some heartburn?
Probably the worst thing is when the Sun gave me a serve in the magazine.
I was going to ask you about your son, Indy.
Yeah, copped a bit of a serve then because the ex-wife was nasty. She didn't want to get divorced, and I wanted to move on because we weren't quite suited. So she made my son do a bit of a bad story, but it's painted me in a bad picture, Mike.
They were pretty graphic quotes from your son.
Wasn't happy with that at all.
There was an article in New Idea, I think, in about 2009.
Yep.
Now, I'm the last bloke to sit here and profess to be a great parent, but it must have hurt to have your son, your flesh and blood, talking about you like that.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing she could put against me because she was a bit bitter about the split because she wouldn't sign divorce papers and I just got them signed anyway. We had an annulment. So
you had your marriage annulled?
Yeah, she didn't want to do it and I had enough. So she put the son against me.
But he was grown up though, Warrick, wasn't he? Indy was...
Yeah, he was about 16, 17 then.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is he not entitled to have a view of his own? I mean, do you think that someone could coerce a 16-year-old into saying things that he didn't want to say?
Yes, especially her.
Really?
She's very pushy, very hard, and he even admitted to me, he said, sorry, Mum made me do it, so...
Are you reconciled with him now?
Yeah, everything's fine. He comes over every 2 weeks, happy as Larry. He's a third-year apprentice carpenter, going well.
And you're both on the Gold Coast in Queensland? What, if I wanted to hire you for a celebrity appearance at a function or a corporate event or whatever, what would it cost me?
Do a lot of those. Yeah, about $3 grand.
$3 grand?
Worth every cent. I do 21st, 40th, bar misters. I even married a couple last year from Geelong.
You married a couple?
Yeah, I was a celebrity celebrant.
If you went to a corporate function, say you were sitting around a board table for a corporation, what would your theme be? What would you talk to them about? What would the tenor of the discussion be?
Probably getting the best out of yourself. Because I was the first $1 million player and probably worth every cent. And I could also play a bit. I was inducted in the Hall of Fame. I do corporate functions all around the world.
The Swans Hall of Fame?
Yep.
Yep.
Hopefully AFL next year, if I come to their senses. Because I actually made the Swans about $100 million in 15 years. So if I was to talk about, when I do big corporations, I talk about getting the best out of yourself and how to market yourself and be, don't be scared and show people what you got.
Gerard Healy told me that at the height of your powers in the mid to late 80s in Sydney, he said you were the second biggest sportsman in this country, behind Greg Norman.
That's nice of him.
Well, he said that, yeah.
That's probably true. He's an old surfer mate of mine.
He is.
Good player. Yeah. Won a Brownlow, 3 best and fairest. Good player.
Better than that.
Yeah, a bit better than that. Not quite as good as Greg Williams and myself, but could play a bit, Gerard.
We'll come back to that. You were Sydney's first marquee player, weren't you?
Yeah.
That was by virtue of the fact that South Melbourne went to Sydney, or was it?
Yeah, I'll share that with the viewers, Mike. Played in the thirds for 2 years. Recruited when I was 16 from Oakleys Districts, me and David Rees-Jones. Wasn't easy. I had to fight hard for 2 years in the thirds on $100 a game, but I knew I believed in myself. And I knew once David Rees-Jones made it and Frank Gallis made it, I was going to make it. And contrary to what people think, I trained hard. Loved Tom Hafey. He got the best out of me, and I trained 11 months a year. I knew I was going to make it. So with the young kids these days, you've really got to believe in yourself, especially in today's market. That's how it transformed. I was there at 16. I was told I wasn't quite good enough the first year.
By whom?
By the coach back then, I think Barry White. He said, just go have another year at senior level and get a bit tougher, put some weight on, do some weights, harden up. So I went back to Oakleigh Districts and played in the seniors against men and won the best and fairest in the comp. Me and David Rees-Jones. He won the 18s, I won the 16s. And then I came back, and then it was Warrick Capper show time. I thought, I'm back and I'm staying there.
Were you playing as a full forward then?
I was ruck.
Ruck, were you?
Yeah.
Big jumper? Were you a big jumper as a kid?
Yeah, I was very good at high jump.
Yeah.
That's why I could take the Cappers. It was the rest of history, wasn't it? They said Peter was us. They took the mark of the year. I took better marks than him at training. I took about 7 a week. He took 2 a year.
Why don't you have the title of the AFL's mark of the century then? Which I think belongs to Sean Smith, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, actually, he was second. Mine was a mark of the century. That was on all the billboards over Langford.
That was over the Chris Langford.
Yeah.
The Chris Langford mark, where you put your hands on his shoulders. Actually.
Not really. That was just
There it is. Yeah. Does that make you feel good?
Yeah. That was on the mark of the century, and it was on all the billboards for 2 years.
Yep.
And Mike was up there for 5.5 hours and thought, I've got to mark this, it's going to be a free kick. And as you can see, Michael, I was up so high, and this is fair dinkum, I was up there, I got a phone call, I was air traffic control. They said, get out of the airspace, please.
Didn't you say you were going to be serious today?
Oh, yep.
I want to know, I was at that game, it was a Swans Hawthorn final at Waverley, correct?
We lost by 92 points.
You kicked 4 goals that day, including your 100th goal.
103,
When you took that mark and then kicked the goal, Chris Langford extended his hand to you, did he not? Which was deemed to be highly unusual at the time.
I thought that was great sportsmanship.
What did he say?
Well done, Warwick, great effort.
Did he? Yeah.
I thought, what a great guy. There's not enough sportsmanship in the game now.
1986-87, you kicked 195 goals, I think, from memory.
Yeah, 92 and I hit 92 goals in 1986,
Yep.
103 the year after.
Yep.
I would have got 100 that year, but Joanne walked out and we had a bad fight. And Tommy Hayford was very dirty because she walked out 7 weeks to go.
Did it affect your form?
Yeah, so I went from about 3.6 goals a game to about 1, and it cost me 100 goals because my head wasn't there.
Might have cost the Swans too, because in the 2 finals, you blokes finished, I think, 2nd or 3rd on the home and away ladder,
Yep.
and then lost both finals, and you kicked 2 goals in each of those finals.
Yeah, Swans hated Joanne for that because Tom wasn't happy. Rod Carter had a fight with her. She had a fight with Jared Healy. She wasn't very well liked back then.
Got any sympathy for your wife?
A little bit, yeah.
In terms of your behaviour at the time, I mean, were you...
Not really. Maybe a little bit. Things happen. But she got well compensated, and she enjoyed the good things out of it, but didn't like the bad things.
You were huge. I mean, there's no question. In that period in Sydney, you preceded Tony Lockett, obviously, and he was massive in terms of their development.
Yeah.
But you were the first of the poster boys in Sydney for the Swans, weren't you?
I was really the first marketing person. And I took a poll in the schoolyards, because when Jeffrey Edelson came up, it was fantastic for me. They wanted a pretty boy, poster boy, to sell the market to Sydney. And I was it. And they took a poll at the schools and they said, yeah, we like Warrick Capper. He's got a nice look. So I bought a song out and had number 2 song called Only Take What's Mine.
Number 2 on what chart, Warwick?
Top 100, comes out every year. Good song. I only take what's mine. I only take what's mine. And then Captain Cucumber came out. That was the next song too.
How'd that go?
I won't sing that. It's a bit embarrassing. His name was Warwick.
I like that one.
For Sydney.
Capacabana.
Yeah, that was the next one.
There's
Yeah.
some interesting lyrics in that song.
Yeah. That's good. Mo's Shops. Yeah, it's interesting, Mike.
There was a pointed reference to Leanne Edelson, the wife of Dr. Jeffrey Edelson. You were friendly with Leanne, weren't you?
Yeah, we were friends of the family. I used to be his right-hand man, Jeffrey.
How close were you with Leanne?
Just good friends, yeah.
That's all?
Yeah. And it's because he's kicked on with Brie. It's great.
Bryn.
Bryn, is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was Brie. Same thing, yeah.
Brie's cheese, Warwick.
Yeah, I like Brie cheese. It's nice. I'll do the funny stuff, Mike. Next question, please, mate.
A lot of people tell me that.
Yeah.
At the end of 1987, you make this decision to depart the Swans and join the Brisbane Bears. In hindsight, it was clearly the wrong decision, and lots of your friends at the time were telling you that it was the wrong decision. Why did you go?
I'll probably blame Jaren again for that. She was adamant against the Swans players. She didn't like them. She wanted to leave, and she loved the Gold Coast, and I didn't really want to go. But it was $1 million back then. I was the highest transfer fee, $475,000.
$475. There was the transfer fee.
Yeah, which lips to Brad Hardy. He was dirty on that, so I was a better player, and he wouldn't pick his player up either when he won the Brownlow.
They say that.
I was dirty on that. He said everyone loved playing on Brad Hardy because I kept running off him. they kicked 5 goals in him. But good
Let's
player,
go back to your decision, though. The
Yep.
transfer fee's $470,
Yep.
and your contract was 3 lots of $350.
Yeah, it was about $1 million thing.
Yeah. Now, Jared Healy, just for comparison here, for context, Healy was getting half of what you were getting, and he was the best player in Sydney. The best player in terms of he won the best and fairest.
He wasn't the best marketing player. He wasn't
No.
as good looking as me, but he was okay. Yeah.
So you've very deftly avoided answering the question as to why you went to why you went north.
Good question.
I mean, you were very good. You were outstanding in Sydney, and the club was strong.
I'll tell you exactly why. Your viewers will probably want to know this. Joan wanted to go, so I went. It was good money at the time, but bad mistake. Because I got there, I had my own penthouse, my own butler, my own shop.
Butler?
I had everything, yeah. I had gold spoons and I had my own penthouse. I went and saw Johnny Farnham, my own private concert. But after the first 4 games, I knew I was stuffed. They couldn't play football.
They couldn't.
They won about 3 games that year.
Yeah.
I think I kicked 45 goals, and I should have stayed there. But Joan wanted to leave.
I remember now, and I'll tell you about a phone call that I was privy to because it occurred in my office. I was working at the AFL. Diesel came in, Diesel as in Greg Williams, and says, I need to use your phone. You know, he'd spit that out. I said, sure. He rang you and he says, Wiz, you can't do it. This was just before you made the final decision.
Yeah.
Now, when you've got blokes like Hafey and Williams and Healy in your ear and telling you it was a mistake, were you headstrong?
Yeah, I knew it was. But when
You knew then it was wrong.
you know when you got a headstrong wife, Mike,
Yeah,
you push and push.
But you can't
That's
keep
what
blaming
happened.
her for all these
Yeah,
things.
she wanted to
can
go
you?
there. And I shouldn't have gone. I should have stood up myself and said, no, I'm staying there. I'm going to cut my career about 3 years short.
What did Tommy say to you when he knew that you were thinking of defecting?
Can't believe it going. He goes, that bloody wife of yours? I said, yep, she's got me head again. I shouldn't have gone. You're right. I knew after about the first 10 games, this is going to be a tough slog. Because I had no idea. We're changing shelter sheds. We had Paul Cronin running it. He didn't know anything about football.
This was down at Carrara?
Yeah, great bloke, Paul Cronin, but knew nothing about football. Same was Case. And I thought this is going to be tough. We had Peter Knights. He couldn't coach pigs to be dirty. Top bloke, Peter.
Can't say that about Knightsy.
I can, because he hurt my career. Real nice guy, I liked him, but he had no direction. And the players, most of the players at the time had a coach. He was listening to him. I said, Peter, put me centre half back. I can't get a kick here.
But you went there as the big goal kicker.
Yeah, no, I tried that.
You'd been a 100-goal
Yeah.
kicker in Sydney. Why wouldn't he play you full forward, which he did?
Yeah, I wanted to play full forward, but after 7 or 8 games, I knew this was going to be a nightmare. The ball came down too slow, and even all the commentators said, and Mark Roberts, my own teammate, said, how's Paul Wright going to get a kick here? They keep putting it over his head and going elsewhere. Because I was the highest paid and the glamour full forward, they didn't want to know me.
Did the players resent that?
Yeah, they hated it, and I didn't ask for it, but I had that last 10 years, so they wouldn't get past the ball to me. McIver put it over my head. Brett Hardy used to do 70-metre torps. He'd rather put it out in the forward than pass to me.
Really? Are you serious about that?
Yeah, and he actually admitted it. They wanted me to work for my goals. They thought I had it too easy. So
because of all the money you were getting.
they'd rather lose games than play as a team.
There's a view, Warwick, that when you were in Brisbane, that Peter Knights, the coach, wanted to drop you in your second year.
Yep.
And Christopher Skase, the owner, told Peter Knights he couldn't drop you.
Good question, Mike. That really happened. We were the untouchable 6 because we were the big $3 or $4 million of signing. There's top 6 players.
And they're being Capper,
Caps, Roger Merritt, McIver, Brad Hardy,
Martin Leslie.
I think Jeff Rains. And they said they can't drop them because they're the biggest names, right? And Peter Knights was hell-bent on making me as a scapegoat, right? So he used to play me out of position. They didn't get, I wouldn't get any passes. Then they were just trying to drop me, so he wanted to go over Paul Cronin's head. So he did.
But now, this is 20 years on, right? You look at the situation, should not the coach determine who plays in his football team?
Yeah, I was happy with that. But why couldn't Peter be upfront with us and get? I can't believe why he didn't just tell the players to kick me, and use one of the best full forwards in the league to their advantage. They're paying the money.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they use me?
But
I had enough.
You've answered your own question. I mean, logic says if he's the coach of this footy team and they need to win games, why wouldn't they kick it to him?
Yeah, he kind of resented me being there. I could just tell from day one.
Yeah, that's not the Peter Knights I know.
Yeah, that's the Peter Knights I know.
But he's never been accused by anyone at Hawthorn of being a big head.
Nah, I quite liked him as a person, but he wouldn't give them direction to kick to me for some reason.
Okay.
And that hurt me, yeah.
Let's go to Princes Park, and you're playing for Brisbane.
89. Yep.
89.
Optus Oval.
Optus Oval. You've got a mark in the dying seconds of the game at about 50 metres, correct?
Remember that one well.
We all remember it well because the fallout was that you kicked the goal, Brisbane won, Carlton sacked Robert Walls.
Yeah. There was one more chapter in my career, which has been very colourful. They were trying to drop me anyway because they wanted to use me as a scapegoat, right? Because I was getting paid the most. And I said, you can drop me if you want to, because I'll get the same money in seconds, I don't care. At least I'll pass the ball to me. But I thought, I'll try and hang on to my spot this time. I'll go through with you. It was packed house, right? And we know how bad they are, Carlton supporters. They're parochial. I used to give them a serve back. I used to love it. I couldn't help myself. Kick 3, 45 seconds to go. I was on Mackenzie. Wasn't that flash a player. Sent out back, and I thought I'd fix him up.
Warren Mackenzie.
Warren Mackenzie, not bad. Good ordinary player.
Played in the premiership.
Wasn't a Warrick Capper, but he was okay, serviceable. It came down, I thought, this is my chance. I sat in his back, hang time. I was about 55 out.
55 out?
Yeah, I saw the line there. I thought, I'm a chance here. I thought, I could actually go from villain to hero in one kick. And I could only kick 45 at the best, like you said. I wasn't a very long kick. But we had a howling wind, luckily. I thought, why not visualise getting goal? I can do this, because I very much believed in myself. And I ran as fast as I could in, and it went over the head. Reece Jones tried to touch it, and he was sacked. So
Also got sacked, yeah.
yeah, so gone from villain to hero, so that was good.
You were, for such a classical mark, you're an unusual kick, weren't you?
Yeah, a bit little awkward on the right side,
Yeah.
because I had a knee complaint. The left
Is that
side,
why? Is that,
yeah, I had a bit of a...
so it wasn't from your juniors?
I had a bad cartilage, yeah.
Yeah.
And it used to sort of click a bit and catch, so I used to drop it with two hands.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
So I tried to stay always out 30 metres. So Tom Hafer used to make me get back on the line
Yep.
and make him bring it to me. Because you got a lot more chance kicking a goal 20 out than 50 anyway.
1987, when I was doing this research to talk to you, the most staggering stat to me was that in 1987 you kicked 103 goals, correct?
Yeah.
That was a better rate than a goal for every 2 kicks. I mean, that's a staggering conversion rate.
That's okay.
It's better than that.
It's good, is it?
Oh, yeah.
I'll take it then.
But so I think there's a couple of factors there. One, you were probably more accurate than a lot of people thought.
Yeah.
Looking at your style. And
I didn't
two,
miss that many, yeah.
You didn't go that far away from goal, did you?
Nah. I tried to drop it with 2 hands and try and steady and not have too much margin forever.
Yep.
With the space.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you receive any death threats when you moved to Brisbane?
Another good question, Michael. Actually did. I had my own bodyguard in Brisbane for 2 years, and they wouldn't tell me for 2 years because I got about 4 or 5 death threats. If you leave the Swans, we're going to kill you.
And they were considered genuine?
Yeah, yeah. So we hired a top security guard for 3 years in Brisbane. And
You were a security guard for 3 years?
Yeah, he used to follow me from end to end every game.
At the footy?
Yep. His name was Brian. I still remember it.
Wow.
Mate of mine.
Okay. After the break, your reaction to being omitted from the Swans team of the century. How do you like the modern rules that apply to marking contests? Chopping arms,
Yeah.
hands in back, blocking, all that sort of stuff.
I think if I'd have played now, I would have got 200 goals a year, 180 goals a year. I got 1 free kick in 10 weeks when I played back then.
You
'Cause
know
they used to
that's a fib because we checked that stat.
Maybe 5 games, but they used to smash me in the head all the time, hit me arms, chop
Who are
me
they?
out.
Tell us who you're talking about.
Frawley and Pert. And the worst one was Mick Martin. He used to whack me a lot of times.
Mick whacked a lot
Yeah,
of
that was a
blokes.
mate of mine. He used to love whacking behind.
Yeah.
It's easier to hit someone behind, though.
Yeah.
Try and do it face on, that's a bit harder.
So you copped a lot of that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Because you played in front.
Danny
Oh,
Hughes,
Yeah.
kicked 5 goals at him plenty of times.
Yeah.
And they used to always whack your head or your arms. But for the forwards these days, to be serious, it's a lot easier now. You get more free kicks and there's 3 umpires in every section.
Were you more offended by the pain of the hit or the fact that they upset your head?
Both, yeah.
Yeah.
And made the makeup run and the hair get ruffled.
Who was the toughest bloke you played on in terms of having to beat them?
Probably Rick Kennedy.
Rick Kennedy, he was tough in both ways.
Yeah,
wasn't
he was at least 15 kilos heavier.
Yep.
Strong in body.
Yep.
And always whack you in the head or the arms.
Yeah.
And then he used to fall on you on purpose. So I got him back a few times and give him a few nice corgis getting back.
Yeah.
I said, Rick, I'm going to fix you up. He goes, what do you mean? I used to sort of wreck their heads mentally because I was mad. I'm a bit like Reece Jones. What I used to do, Mike, was I said, here comes the ball, Rick. Get ready. He goes, what do you mean? I said, because I'm going to sit on your head. It's going to be Mark of the Year again. You'll be on the front page of the Herald Sun tomorrow.
Under you.
I'll be on top of you, buddy. He goes, you're a bit crazy. He kept trying to grab me on the bum and the socks. And the thing was, Mike, I liked it. I said, keep doing that. Keep doing that, Rick. I like it.
He couldn't have grabbed your bum because those shorts were painted on, weren't they?
Actually, yeah.
Why did you wear them so tight?
I actually got them off my son when he was 6. I thought I'd wear my son's shorts.
No, seriously, why were you so keen to have... They were almost like bathers, weren't they?
Can I actually share that real story with you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, the first game of league football, I had baggy shorts and dark hair and black boots. I didn't feel comfortable, Michael. Greg Williams gave me a pass around the wing. I went down to pick it up. This is why I wore tight shorts. I tell this story 100 times a year. I went down to pick it up. Instead of one ball being out, there was 3 balls. 2 blue ones and a red Sharon. I thought, I've got to go tighter.
What about the Kappa Cabana? You said in this, that's a 2009 song.
Yep.
And there's a line there that says, didn't crack an entry for the team of the century.
I remember that one.
Yeah. Now, you were clearly, you were upset and offended, weren't you, that you were left out of Sydney's team of the century?
Very upset. Kicked about over 400 goals for the club.
You did. Now, let me set the case first.
Yep.
The 2 key forwards, or full forwards, are Lockett and Pratt. Now, as good as you were, I mean, surely you're not suggesting that you should have taken the place of either Tony Lockett or Bob Pratt.
Lockett kept most of his goals for St Kilda anyway, but did well with Sydney too.
Yeah.
I was happy for him to play full forward, but I was dirty because I didn't even get forward pocket on the bench. So I was a bit upset, and we pushed the table over.
That was at the... I was at that function. That
Yeah,
was the Hall of Fame function.
Yeah, I wasn't happy.
You pushed the table over and walked out.
I thought if Dave Murphy and Mark Bayes can get in,
Yeah.
why can't I get in the bench? I think I had a valid reason, or forward pocket. I've done so much for that club for 10 years. I was a little bit dirty, and then I didn't speak to them for a couple of years.
And you walked out, didn't you?
Yeah, and they wanted me to play all their do all their functions and play their fundraisers, but they couldn't even put me in there. Wasn't happy.
Do you regret your show of petulance at that function?
Yeah, I was a bit upset, yeah.
But do you regret it?
Not really. I don't regret anything in life. I always move forward and I get over it. I wear my heart on the sleeve, Mike.
I know that.
And I'm happy because I thought I should have been in there.
Okay. So
most players don't stand up for themselves. I do. And then they redeem themselves. It took them 4 or 5 years and put me in the Hall of Fame. They realised.
Buddy Franklin is out of contract at the end of this year.
Yep.
They're going to throw bucket loads of money at him, particularly the expansion clubs. If by chance you cross paths with him and he asks you for some advice about whether he should go to, say, GWS, what would you say?
No. If I had my time again, I wouldn't have gone. I'd rather take a bit less money and stay where he is with his teammates, yeah. And I think he'll still be on $1 million a year at Hawthorn anyway.
Yeah, he would be.
He's worth that.
Well, just talking about a bit less money. You got $350 a year to go to the Brisbane Bears. What were you on at the Swans?
Oh, I think it was only about 175 or something. A lot less, yeah.
That's pretty good money in those days.
It was okay, yeah. But I was worth that in awareness, just getting people to the game. I doubled the membership in 6 months.
Literally?
Yeah, I did. It's facts.
Okay.
I got them to 5,000 a game, up to 25,000. So that's all about marketing yourself, being a package. You can play football, but it's all about everything else too.
Who of the modern day players sports the best mullet? Is it Tex Walker or is it Ivan Maric?
Well, they're great players. I love them both. I do love Richmond, but I've got to favour Tex. I love Texie Walker's mullet.
Good player, Tex Walker.
Good, yeah. Better kick than me, but not quite as good as Mark. Not quite as attractive. But I hope he comes back next year and kicks 100 because he's great. He's the kind of player the modern day footballer needs.
Agree with that.
Club. We need some more showmanship. It's lacking badly. There's no entertainers now.
Now let me get this straight.
Yep.
Because I can get a few things wrong. You have an apartment on the Gold Coast in which you live.
Yeah.
You also now rent it out.
Yep.
And you stay with the tenants.
This is our new business because it's been done once before in America, but I'm the first one to do it in Australia, and it's called Hanging with the Stars, which is me, of course. You know that, right? And they pay a small fee of $5,000
a week.
Just for the weekend.
Yeah, a weekend.
And they get to stay in my bedroom with leopard skin bedspreads, and they've got a lot of mirrors everywhere, and the whole room's mirrored. Like, what's their favourite video? Have a Chardonnay, and they get to ride in my BMW. And
With you?
Yeah, because I ran for mayor. I'm very well known in Queensland. So I'm well known all in Australia, actually, but Queensland, I actually ran for mayor. And they can have the whole football experience at my place. Barbecues.
Have you had any takers yet?
Yeah, 4 or 5, killing it.
$5,000 a weekend.
What's wrong with that?
To stay at your place with you.
Yeah, and I'm their chauffeur.
Wow.
We have dinner at the casino.
Yep. Who
Favourite
pays for that?
nightclub? I do. I look after everything. And they have a spa with Warrick Capper. They can sit in the Swan's chair and look at the 7-inch plasma and just reminisce of my favourite videos. Night highlights, which goes for about 3.5 weeks.
I don't know why I'm laughing.
Did you know, Mike? I actually had 45 scrapbooks.
Book me in, will you, for October when the footy season starts.
Okay, half price for you, Michael.
Thank you, Warwick. Your book, Full, F-O-O-L, Forward. Full Forward.
Another bestseller, Mike. Yep.
Well, it ought to be, because in that book you admitted to taking speed, as in the illegal substance,
Another good question.
before the 1986 final series.
That actually was true. I'll tell you how that came. I used to work with a great guy called Merv Neagle, who passed away a few months ago. We actually got a fundraiser for him, one of the best blokes in football. Tough as they come.
And a very, very good player.
Tough as they come.
Yep.
He got second in the Brownlow.
Yep.
Should have actually won the Brownlow that year. One of the best mates of all time. Real man's man, great guy. And we used to work in a trucking company together, me and Merv. And that's how it came about. We snuck a few tablets out. We didn't tell anyone. Off one of the truckies. They left his door open. And drugs went banned back then. I thought, let's get a couple of uppers out of his glove box and we'll just try them. So this is true. We snuck a few before the game. I think it was against Carlton.
Carlton, yeah.
And I was buzzing. 10 minutes later, the hair's right back of your head. I was feeling good. I can't fire it up. Kicked a couple of goals. But half time, boom, the big downer. I just wanted to have a sleep. Bad move.
I want to know what your all-time favourite footy moment is.
Probably besides me kicking 100 and taking mark of the century against Langford and my first game, was the Swans winning the flag.
Really?
That was great.
Against West Coast?
Yeah.
Were you there?
I enjoyed that, yeah. I enjoyed that.
Did you participate? Did you go to the grand final, the premiership dinner?
No, I just went to the room before the game, give him a bit of a pep up, and I didn't want to be hanging around too much because I got my own fan club. I was at the ground and I didn't get a rest.
Listen, mate, you are sitting in that chair. I've got to be honest here, probably against my better judgment, but it's been better than I thought it would be. I've enjoyed it. What gets lost in your story is because of your off-field antics that we forget about what a good footballer you were. And for 3, maybe 4 years, you were as good as there was in terms of kicking goals in this comp. So it's been good to catch up, and I enjoyed reflecting on your career. Thanks, mate.
Mike. I do admire your honesty. This is Warrick Capper, the lean man excitement machine, blonde hair, blue-eyed, ready for takeoff for open mic. Book now for warrickcapper.net.